We're learning life, embracing love, managing marriage, maneuvering in ministry, and managing money. Welcome to the Let's Talk About It podcast.
So you guys, we are back with part 2 of this conversation. So let's start back off, Bishop. Let's finish.
I just want to say, welcome back for those who are catching part 2. And remember, don't just listen to this alone. Get your spouse, get your significant other, because this journey is important to both. So we sitting there and we talked about, we got the new home, and we know we were thinking about the apartment, and we signed a contract. We told them that we wanted a 1 year agreement, and on the way home, I changed my mind. I'm like, you know what, baby? I don't want to live in an apartment. I said, you know what? We can figure it out. Let's stay in a house. Embarrassed, because I'm like, I don't want to be embarrassed. Pride is the first thing that got to go. And I said, I don't want to be embarrassed. Let's stay here in this house. And so I called the guy back, and I don't know if she was in agreement or not. A lot of times my wife would say, yeah, and really didn't agree. And she just supported because, she's like, okay, I'm going to trust the God in you. Yeah. I called him. That was too strong for you. I called him up and I say, what his main name was? I can't remember now. I said, we changed our mind. We're going to just go ahead and stay here, and let's extend our lease out, and we're going to start building a home, but we're going to stay here. He said, nope, you're not. I said, what? He said, nope, you're not. I say, what do you mean? Well, I was already moving back anyways, and since you decided to move out, I'm moving back into the house. I'm like, whoa.
Well, yeah. We literally, at this point, we had to, I remember sitting on that couch in that living room and thinking to myself, I don't want to end up like we did in the other house. I don't want to start losing everything because of our disobedience. I don't want to start losing everything because of naysayers. We got to learn this lesson, and we got to do it God's way, in God's timing, and God's plan. And at that point, we had to move, period. We have no other choice.
Into this 2-bedroom apartment.
Look at you. Don't be all mad about it.
There was no deluxe apartment in the sky.
No, actually, Bishop, it was a 3-bedroom.
It was 3? Oh,
yes.
It was 3-bedroom.
Kiana had her own room. Right. Alana had her own room. Alana and Madison had to share a room. But here's the thing. I want to say this because we sat down with our children and we talked about it. Yeah. We talked to our kids about it. And this is the time that we brought them in on the conversation. We let them know we're going to live like no one else so that we can live like no one else. So we're about to make a decision.
And so listen, once we listen, we knew. So listen, let's kind of just think about this. We knew that God says that God is putting on our heart, both of our heart. Listen, God didn't give us a beautiful picture of a home. God didn't tell us what the home was. God told my wife that we need to move into a home. God told me we need to build. So he didn't tell us, the same thing, but we both know that we got to get out of this house. And we knew that to do this, we had to reposition ourselves financially. Mm-hmm. So we was on the same page. And so we made these transitions. We was on the same page. So listen, don't fight each other so much to where y'all can't make the move that God telling both of y'all to make. And so we was on the same page. And so now we know we got to start making some decisions. Once you get into this apartment, we're not going to be comfortable because it could be real easy to get that $1,800 a month rent changed to $1,200 and start sitting back and start buying stuff and putting ourselves in a bigger hole.
Right.
We moved here with a purpose.
Right.
We moved here with a goal.
Right.
And immediately we started, figuring out how can we pay, things off, and we started working things out. And I mean, the apartment was, we made it work. It was actually pretty cool, pretty comfortable, pretty good experience. Brought us closer together, literally.
And it was during COVID came.
But right when we were trying to make things happen, COVID hit.
Yeah, COVID hit. And so it was like, yeah.
Before COVID hit, that's when I got this. You got the job at GE.
Mm-hmm. I started working with you.
And then when you got your check, every check started paying off debt.
Now, remind you, I want to say this because this is the part that we don't want to leave out. This is the same time that we start hearing the rumors and hearing the conversations that people were having, and more people started leaving our church. And it was as if we were dying. But it privately, it goes back to the public part. we started looking like a public failure, but we were becoming a private success.
Yep.
And I would rather be that. And it felt good because now we're teaching our kids how to budget. We're learning how to budget. We're saving up money, and we don't even know why we saving, because we're just trusting God's plan. God, what did God tell you? God told you something about making sure you were in the kitchen in the apartment, and God said to make sure that everything you save and you put up. You remember that? You don't remember, do you?
I remember God told me, because I hit the mailbox. I told you from the kitchen, I hit the mailbox. God said, man, I can't remember. I hate you ask me that right then, because now
I'm sorry, but I remember God telling you it was something to do with our money.
Yeah.
And that if we did this right, it would change the trajectory of our entire family. Yeah. If we did this money right.
Well, no, he said that because you've been faithful over a little, I'm going to make you ruler. Because we managed our money, he's going to trust us with more.
Gotcha.
The same day you finally got the call from after you've been waiting for months, and God said, because y'all was faithful over the little, I'm not going to make you ruler over the more. And that same day we got a phone call, and the money, and that you got the job. And while we was walking, we made a decision that your entire paycheck, we was going to take out $200 and live off of, but the rest of it, we're going to start paying off bills.
Yeah. And debt.
Literally start paying off debt. This was before the house. We haven't even got the house part yet.
We still saying we live in an apartment. No, by that time we started driving down the street to a neighborhood, and we were looking at a house over there because I felt like that's where we were supposed to go. Yeah. But here's the thing. We started putting up money and didn't know why. And all of a sudden, now this is a part where ministry turns into ideas of business, because I remember us being on vacation. Now, how do we go on vacation and live in an apartment? Oh no, it was before we went on vacation. You said God said I'm supposed to be the middleman. You remember that?
Yeah.
God said I'm supposed to be the middleman.
But we got to back up a couple steps though. So man, there's so much to tell. I hope y'all enjoying this story. I hope you're realizing that you can apply it to you. But just got to back up to the point to where before all this happened, God has started tugging on our heart to get to go to this meeting. We met a lady, Bridget Ross, God bless her, and God is doing it all. He's like an orchestra. He has this piece working, this piece working, this piece working, and you hear thinking all this stuff is falling apart, and realize everything is working together for your good. And you don't realize it until it all starts coming
together. Yeah.
And so that meeting with Bridget Ross.
Did you say crumbling or coming together?
Coming together.
Coming together.
You realize you experience this, you experience this, you experience this, you experience this in all the different locations.
Wait, we were in the house when Bridget Ross.
Yeah, we was in the house when Bridget Ross.
Yeah, we were in the other house. We wasn't in the apartment yet when we met Bridget Ross.
2018, we met Bridget Ross. We moved in the house in 2019. So it was the end of 2018 when we met Bridget Ross, and she began to talk, and God began to lead me to do some things, and to listen to some people. And my wife was like, "What are we doing?" But this is important because this is starting to conjure up who we are today as Harden Enterprise. And so that conversation started happening. So now we fast forward, and we know Harden Enterprise is supposed to come, and God started telling me to jump in 2020.
Yeah.
Because it's 2019 when all that started happening. And here come 2020. We moved into the house in 2020, right? And so in 2019, we said we're going to jump, and we said we're going to jump in a house. We're going to jump in a business.
No, we didn't move in the actual house until 2020. Because during the pandemic, we was at the apartment the whole time.
Yeah, but part of the jump vision board.
Yes.
We're going to jump into the house.
Yeah, I remember.
So we believe that vision so much, we jumped out of our house into an apartment.
We had the vision boards up. You got it. For those that are listening or watching, y'all. Oh, it's blurry, husband.
Oh, I take it off. Hang on a second.
Y'all, this is the vision board that changed our entire life. And we always encourage, if you're part of the Lions Den, get ready, November, December. We're going to be doing vision boards. I can't wait. But this was our vision board. Oh my God, I'm going to cry. He's showing the vision board, y'all.
2019, we made this vision board going to 2020. Because I was saying it was going to be, I'm trying to say the year. It only had a year on here.
The other ones you started doing the year, but that was sitting in the apartment complex.
Yeah, so
the whole time we were there.
And so listen, we said we're gonna do this here in 2020. And so when we moved into the apartment, we believed in the house. We believed in the house in 2020.
Yeah.
We believed that we were gonna, build an emergency fund. We believed that we were gonna, change some things in our church, and we believe we're gonna be debt free. We believed in Harden Enterprise. Harden Enterprise, that logo ain't that at all, but
No.
we just believed, and
Yeah.
so now we into the apartment. And one thing I'm proud about, when we got an apartment, we didn't sit on the dream. I don't know why,
I don't know why. Yeah.
but
God, I'm about to cry, Jesus.
we immediately began to activate by faith. It's like we knew. I think it's because we knew the things that God was opening doors was so evident, because that God says, because God said it. God literally held up your job. And that job you wasn't getting. God, when he spoke to me at that mailbox, I put the key in the mailbox, and he says that because you've been faithful over the little, for not making real much, I knew God opened that door just for us to get out of debt. And immediately we start paying off debt. So now we talked to Bishop Ross, and we're working on some things there. We're learning them, getting to know them last year. Didn't realize if it actually turned to business. And then we said, you know what? It's time to look for a house. And then remember,
wait, let's not leave out. At the same time, during the pandemic, we get a letter for this class that is only to.
Because you get too fast, because the pandemic haven't happened yet.
Okay.
Because we sit here and we start.
Look at us, both of us excited. Y'all, let me say this, because then I'm gonna let you say this, bitch. Husband, the power of we are delivered by the blood of the Lamb and the words of our testimony. Like, my spirit is over here leaping because we have not been able to tell this testimony in full, only to each other. But go ahead.
I'm praying somebody's been helped by this. Hope you're literally
Yes.
eating your coffee, listening to this, putting pause, because you don't want to miss it, and you're going to kitchen with your husband or with your wife. And so we're sitting here. And before the pandemic, this is so key that happened before the pandemic, because we was talking to Bridget Ross in 2019 about Harden Enterprise, and having meetings, all these meetings leading up to this business venture that we knew nothing about, but we were believing for it. And we knew that this Bid Academy was supposed to come open, but we didn't know much about it at all. And so now we're sitting in the house, and something led us to say, you know what, we're paying off this debt. We need to go look for a house. And we started looking at this company called Tilson. Once again, looked at one apartment, moved in one apartment. Looked at one company for houses. We look at 5 and 6, 10, 20. No, looked at one company for houses, and we drove to Huntsville to go look at this house. Fell in love with it, and when we fell in love with it, we started working with them to start preparing to get a house. And so we're working on the house and started working the stuff for the house. And it's like, all of a sudden, while we're working on the house, COVID hits, but we still working on getting the house.
Right.
And so when I say working on getting the house, there's some things they say we got to get our credit right. We're getting the credit right, working on getting the credit right, working on getting stuff together. And once we finish, COVID's happening now. We're fighting to get our credit together already. Before we went, my wife already started working on credit. We found some things I need to do to get my credit right. Found out that the house wasn't even foreclosed.
Hello, wait, pause. Let that sizzle in your spirit. House was not foreclosed. They had sold the house. Man, tell me that wasn't God.
And so our credit wasn't bad as I thought it was. So now we're working on it. So now it's moving fast. We're working on getting our credit paid off. We're working on the house that we're believing for, that we believed in to move an apartment for in the first place. COVID hits in the middle of it all, but we don't stop. COVID, matter of fact, it strengthens our journey.
Yes, Lord.
The rest of the world is shutting down, and we're still moving. God blesses me with a job, blesses my wife with a job. We got 2 incomes during COVID. And so we're not spending as much money now because we're not going nowhere.
Right.
But right now, this is the reason why I think we trust God so much, because everything he did was so strategic, was so on point. And so right when we get through, I said, man, once we finish this house paperwork, I'm going to work on trying to get the business going. We're in Walmart one day, and we walk into Walmart, get a phone call. They say, Mr. Harden, Mrs. Harden, congratulations. All the paperwork is finished. We finished. We need your down payment for the house, and we're ready to roll.
Right.
We got a house, y'all. We finna build a house
from the ground up.
We walking through Walmart.
Time out, land that was deeded to us. Come here, glory. an acre of land that was deeded to us. You can't tell me what that messed me
Guess what?
up.
The house, if you saw it, it looked almost exactly
Exactly like
like,
the bit.
almost exactly like it.
Yes.
Which I can walk outside and put and listen. And then our church, that's another story. It looked exactly like
Exactly.
now.
Yes.
But anyways, so we sitting there and we went to Walmart. They said, "Congratulations, everything's good." I said, and I told my wife before, I said, "Baby, as soon as the stuff get finalized, I'm gonna start working on this business, getting this business off the ground because God told us to jump in 2020 in our business. We need to get our LLC. We need to get all this stuff right." And we did the LLC. We did do that as soon as the year started off. We're gonna start Harden Enterprise. We're gonna get in this business. Well, we got this started, but as soon as I said we're gonna start really working the business, making the money, doing what we got to do to make money. I don't know how we're gonna do that. Anyways,
Right.
so when
Can
we
I pause and say this? We were still getting hit in ministry.
oh
Church
yeah,
is like, woo, we were getting hit left and right. I'm talking about name being I'll never forget walking we were in the apartment and I walked by. You remember this? I said, God showed me the city of the people that were dragging our name through the mud. God said, they're dragging your name. And my bishop prophesied and confirmed everything that God showed me in that time. We were still getting hit,
yeah.
but we still had to move in purpose. God was still speaking on this end. Like, I know y'all getting hit in ministry as pastors and leaders and you're getting dogged out, but I need you to keep moving, keep moving. So to that person that you feel like you're getting hit in another area, and here's the thing, we'll talk about that one day, how God had to grow us up in that area. We're going to write a whole book about that, but we had to keep moving, keep moving. For some reason, we had this urge, don't stop, don't stop, don't stop. That's why I'm always saying, don't you dare quit. Keep going, because this is the evidence. Go ahead.
So I mean, and then I just want to echo that. You know, what I'm saying God will destroy little kingdoms you build because
Hmm.
He never meant you to become a god in your own area. And so whatever you're building up, if you're not giving it to Him, He'll destroy it. And that's what make sure as we build Harden Enterprise, I don't want God to have to destroy this. So we try to make sure every step along the way that we're not building our own kingdom.
Right.
But so we went into Walmart and we got a phone call that we just and I remember this. I told my wife as soon as we finish the paperwork and we get solidified with the house, we're gonna move immediately and start trying to get this business going the way we. Because my wife, she wouldn't leave me alone. When we gonna work the business? When we gonna work the business? I said as soon as we finish this house, we walked in Walmart. The woman said the house is finished. On the way out of Walmart, I got a phone call. Matter of fact, I was almost in line to check out the line, and I get my phone ringing. Hello, this is Talia Washington. I'm with Prairie View A&M, and we met you through Bridget Ross, and we talked about the business, and you've been accepted into our bid academy. Needless to say, I didn't even apply for the bid academy.
What is that?
What is the bid academy? And
Right.
only a few businesses in the whole city of Houston, in the whole state of Texas, will be allowed to come to this bid academy every year. And we were selected to do it during the pandemic,
Come on.
the very first virtual opportunity. The rest of the time we would have to drive so far away to go to it. This was the first time it was did virtual because it was during the pandemic. And we were selected without even applying.
Come on. Shout out to Prairie View A&M, Bid Academy. Woo,
But
changed our life forever. Yeah.
catapulted our business.
Yes.
Catapulted our business because it did. It bridged the gaps. It filled in the voids. Stuff we
That's
did.
when the name Harden Enterprise was really, really birthed
Yeah.
through that Bid Academy. It was
Before then, but then really, really elevated to the next level.
yes, to the next level. Yeah. But go ahead. Yeah. So we in this Bid Academy. Now we're moving. We didn't graduated from the Bid Academy and was able to pitch our plan and our deal to major universities like Texas A&M, the CEO of Texas A&M, different universities, and one. Go ahead.
We got to put some. Go ahead. We won what?
We won the what do you call it?
Pitch.
The pitch, which was major because
Yeah.
these major companies were on this platform with us all
So we got-
over from
so we got-
all over.
So 2018, 2013, we moved out the house
First
in
house.
Monroe. 2018, 2019 moved out the second house.
Mhm.
2019, 2020, we're in the apartment. And now we're getting the business off the ground, getting the house off the ground. Now this is 2020 around. We took the Bid Academy around what? April.
Around 2020. 2020 of the
Academy. I think it was April, May, around that time.
okay.
In the Bid Academy. And I want to give you that date because now the house is finna start getting built. I think we locked in the paperwork of the house around, because we started building in
We
September.
locked in the paperwork in June.
June, okay.
We locked in the paperwork. We signed the paperwork. They started building in September.
Okay.
And I remember saying, "Oh my God, this is when the church started. Now we're building the house."
Don't forget, we in this apartment for how long? A year.
Yeah.
We got a year lease. So we started the lease in January. So all we got is January to December. So we locked in the paperwork in June for the house. We started the Bid Academy. So now the house, even though we locked it in, it's going to take a while for the house to get built. So we getting down to December, and we going through Christmas, and we know we don't have nowhere to go. The house not built yet, and the business is not even going yet. We just doing paperwork after paperwork after paperwork. We ain't making no money yet.
No.
We had one little gig come through. We talked to the school. We made about $500 at one hit, but it was good to make the money, but it wasn't business money. So we don't have nowhere to go. So it's the end of January.
Wait, and I want to say this, even in the business, we thought, okay, we're supposed to be doing business consulting, where business consultants are the ones that go in, and we wanted to go in and show people, because this is what Bishop does in his company that he works for, is go in and kind of show people how to create principles and policies and procedures for their businesses. And I was going out and teaching, my curriculums to schools and all that. So we thought that this is what we were supposed to do. And so we would get a client here and there, but it just was not bringing in any income. It wasn't a business. It was a hobby at that point. So yeah.
So for those who want to know, how did Harden Enterprise get started? It's like overnight, Harden Enterprise began to be this company that's posting all this construction and stuff they're doing. It wasn't overnight.
It was not. It started in 2019, to be honest with you.
2018, we met Bridget Ross.
Right.
2019, we got 2018, 2019. Yeah. But so we get in here, and we at the end of the year, and the apartment lease is up, and we have nowhere to go because we didn't move in the house until what month? September?
April
of 2022.
2021.
2021, yeah, April 2021, and so it's January of 2020. Our lease is up, so we had to move into the church in February of 2020 because the winter storm. No, April, because the winter storm happened in February. So March we moved into the church. So the winter storm happened in February. Pipes bust. We move out the apartment into the church
again. This time we're not ashamed though. This time we parking in front of the church. Everybody gonna know. God had stripped that. Let me pause and park and say this really, really quick, Bishop. God took us off this high horse and humbled us really, really quickly to where what people think about you is really not gonna be your business. And you gonna park in the front and you gonna go through the naysayers because I'm blessing you privately. And I don't want you to lose these blessings. I don't want you to lose this opportunity because of pride.
Everybody know they in an apartment and they losing members, and they struggling. They church finna die. They losing everything. And I know people was thinking that because I heard people say it. Yeah. And we was like, you know what, God, whatever you want.
Whatever you want. And here's the thing: never fall back because it didn't matter. Like I'm not finna go back and forth with you because it don't matter what you think. Because it don't matter even what you believe. You gonna believe what you want to believe, and that's on you. And we're gonna just keep it moving.
You have got to become comfortable in your journey,
yeah,
and realize my journey is no one else's journey, and my business ain't your business. Your business is not my business.
Right.
Right now, I'm in a place to where I just want to just finish.
That's it.
Finish.
That's it.
Whatever God say do, I want to finish.
Just finish.
We sitting there in the church, and it's now. I think it's like. So it had to be April. No, so April is when February when the storm happened. So we sit in the church and money is released to help the cities with winter storm. We get a phone call. This lady said, "Hey, here y'all got a business." I'm like, yeah. She said, "Hey, y'all got a construction business." I say, yes, ma'am. And we didn't. All we had was a business consulting business. She says, "Well, we just got a lot of money. Where we wanted to help with that to help the people who had winter storm damages is for 30 days. 30 days, they releasing so much money. I think it was like $1,200 a house. You know, if y'all go in there and repair them $1,200 a house, you keep some, use the rest to repair the houses. I had no business structure. I had no financial structure. I had nothing. I had no construction guy. All I had was a consulting business.
I
And
want to say this though, we did everything that the Bid Academy told us to do. We trusted our mentors and we did everything they said to do. The basic stuff, you know, getting a DBE, getting your veteran owned business, getting all of the certifications that would make you qualify to be able to do these different bids, as well as bank accounts. We made sure we did out. We didn't know why, but we did it. We just did what they told us to do. And that's why it's very important when you have a mentor to not just allow that mentor to waste their breath on telling you what to do and you don't do it. Just do it. Do if they said do it and you see it work for them, do it. And that's what we ended up doing. So Miss Judy Eaton, God rest her soul, reached out and that changed our life forever.
Listen, everything from 2018, from us taking the inspiration that we had to move out the house to getting our credit right, joining the Bid Academy, moving to the apartment, everything was leading up to that moment. The old saying is, don't despise small beginnings. I think so many times right now we're abandoning the journey to get to the destination. And everybody trying to get to the destination of weight loss. And so we try to avoid the journey of weight loss. We just go jump to trying to hurry up and get there. We try to avoid the journey of getting rich. So we try to find a get rich scheme. And you on your fifth or sixth get rich scheme, you still ain't got rich yet. And we try to avoid the journey of, of going through the process of getting a house. And we try to hurry up and get in the house. You lost your fourth or fifth house. You know what? Stop trying to avoid the journey. It was everything. My wife talked about this past week in church about the receipts. It was every receipt that we took that helped us understand the next location we were supposed to get to. So we're sitting here and she said this. She didn't realize when she said, can you do this? I had the authority to say yes because of everything we've been through up until that moment. I knew we were ready.
Yeah.
And so I said, yeah. She called me on a Tuesday and said, we start next Monday. Can you get it going? I had no hammer, I had no truck, I had no workers, I had nothing. All I had was my history.
That's it.
So I said, baby, I'll make some phone calls. Made some phone calls. Thank God, found this guy. And come Monday, we was repairing houses. 30-day, y'all. 30-day contract turned into a 3-year contract.
Come here.
$100 a house to, I think at one point we were paying $12,000 to repair houses. And we learned every journey along the way how to do it better, do it different, do better, different. So the business starts, Harden Enterprise is kicking. And now we move. So we moved in the house. What date did we move in the house? September?
It was like no. April, babe.
April.
Yeah. You thinking about the house we built.
So we actually started the construction on Harden Enterprise and moved in the house the same month.
Yeah. The same month because I really want to say because we was at the church almost 3 months whenever we were there, but
January, February, February, March, and April. March and April. It was February, March, and April.
Yeah. And can I pause and say our children were soldiers?
Yeah.
They soldiered up and they were like, okay, mama, cool. Even when, stuff was happening in the church, no problem. We got y'all. Like we gon' whatever. And it was that they were soldiers to where they stayed up in them offices, put their beds in there, and they lived it out. And when nobody embarrassed, when nobody shamed, when nothing to that nature, it was just, we gonna do life. And now we're in the house. Our daughter is graduating. Like life is starting to bam.
I realized the pandemic and the winter storm happened the same year, 2020. So they didn't get the money until the next February. So it was a year later they was giving us money for the winter storm that happened a year ago. So that's what happened.
And money for the Hurricane Harvey. We were also taking care of houses for Hurricane Harvey.
The winter storm was always in the apartment. And when we moved into the church, the next year is when they actually said, hey, we got the contract. And so we moved into the house, starting the business. And, it's been a journey. Every step of the way, it's been a journey. Trusting God. Yeah. We lost. I won't say lost. We transitioned. We trusted God in every transition. We lost members. We lost you know, materialistic things, houses. We lost cars, but we gained wisdom. We gained knowledge. We gained
Faith.
understanding, faith.
Yep.
Our faith, now, and listen, it hasn't stopped. We still go through
No.
turbulence.
Still go through look, just talked about it, man. Went through in June within the business, still learning. Our marriage has been stretched because we've never done business together. But God has created it to where from us starting that business to teaching others how to do what we do. And here's the thing, and if you know us, that's what we love to do. Like whatever we learn, we want to teach everybody. So within that business, we have gained access. How do I say that?
Access.
We have gained access. Am I saying that right?
Assets.
Yes.
Things.
Say that again.
Assets or things. Access is to get into place.
Thank you. Yeah. So we have gained capital. How about that? There we go.
Assets.
Okay. We have gained capital to where we have been able to build legacy for our children. Where we built the house in September of last year. Our first property outside of our own for our business. We have also, purchased different things that are not in our name. That we learn how to use our business credit in order to do it. And we're teaching others how to do it. Throughout that time, all the stuff that we experience, we now have 5 businesses that is under that one business that has been life-changing. Yes, we're still learning. We're only 3 years old, about to be 4 years old in the business. But excuse me, we learned so much, even stuff that we're doing now. Bishop, I wish you had your vision board for this year. Things that we prayed about this year. I think it's on the wall, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah. We prayed about some things that we wanted to do this year, and we're seeing it manifest this month, in the month of September 2023. And last year, the same thing manifested that we said we wanted to do. We spoke it last year. We want to flip our first house. We want to flip something in 2021 and 2022.
Yeah.
2022. And we did that and wouldn't have never thought and learned the power of using other people, OPM, other people's money outside of ours. We've learned so much. We're still learning, got a lot to learn. But if we would not have went through the turbulence, through the trials, through the tribulations, we would not understand really how to trust God. And still trusting God today. June didn't have no work, none at all.
With bills,
company bills. We have bills in our company that we got to pay. And we didn't have not one customer in the month of June. And we stopped, I think the last week, and said, you know what, Lord, we trust you. We quit. We're going to stop trying to figure it out.
You can't ignore it. You cried about 5 times. I'm gonna say she cried 5 times. 5 times I saw.
Who, me?
I cried like
yes, I cried
times, and it was depressing. But listen, it was another. I believe that God, every stage is like we gotta shed pieces of who we are to get to the next stage. And God, to get to only way we're gonna shed, God gotta shake up turbulence, shake up your house. If God is shaking up your stuff and you holding on to it, you will never transition.
No.
When God starts shaking stuff up, I say just throw your hands up and say, God, whatever's supposed to leave, let it go.
Yeah.
And whatever leaves will literally give you the access you need to go to your next level.
Yes.
If you keep trying to hold on to friends, they're holding you back. You keep trying to hold on to jobs, it's holding you back. You're trying to hold on to relationships, it's holding you back. Whenever you start seeing things shake, it's not like California. They got to start holding things up and try to keep stuff on the walls. Literally stop and say, God, whatever's supposed to go, let it go.
Yeah.
Whatever you're trying to take, let it go. And watch God change your life.
Yeah. This has been a journey of turbulence, but a journey of trusting God. It wasn't until we threw our hands up in June this year that God started allowing other doors to be open.
Yep.
And we're still learning how to throw our hands up and trust Him.
Yep.
This whole podcast, however many sessions this is, and I'll probably do them all back to back, is to show you, number one, that we're delivered by the blood of the Lamb and the words of our testimony, to give our testimony, but also to show you that God would turn your turbulence into you trusting his plan, not yours. And that's what we had to do. And that's what we're continuing to do, is trust God's plan. I just told my husband last night that there's nothing that we have that doesn't belong to God.
Nothing.
Everything we have, our children, our church, our family, the church we are better pastors than we've ever been in our life. I love pastoring this way. We just shared with the church last night how we love being these kind of pastors. We're so free and we love it. Our church I can't explain it. I thank God for every person that ever been a part of the journey. Thank God for every person that's going to be a part of the journey. But I just thank God for where I am, where we are in ministry and marriage, even in our finances. I thank God and pray that we continue to give it to him. It's his. It does not belong to us. And learning that and realizing that, it makes it a little bit more free, even though you have your moments. But
so if I could say one thing, I guess my last parting statements would be this here. Recognize when you qualify for Romans 8:28, everything works together for the good of those who love him. Recognize when you qualify for it and embrace the transition. You deserve it. You're ready for it if he puts you in it. And I promise you, what God is trying to do for you is way better than what you're trying to hold on to.
yeah. And I think my last words would be, you may go through denial of, Lord, what is really going on? Or this is not happening for me. This is not real. You may even go through doubt of, I don't believe this is going to happen. But I will encourage anyone that's listening, is ask and you shall have. Knock and the door shall be open unto you. Seek and you shall find. When you do those things by asking God to reveal to you, like Gideon, I talked about Gideon. He had to ask. He was like, wait a minute, Lord, pardon me. Are you sure I'm the one? Because I'm less than. He felt like he wasn't qualified. You may feel that way, but I come to tell you, all you got to do is ask.
Yep.
And God will show his hand. God will show his manifestation in your life like never before. We just wanted to share our journey and share with you.
And I have one more thing real quick, because this is the deciding factor. I want to add one more piece of flavor to it.
Okay.
Is if you look at yourself and then you look back at your parents and then look back at your parents, if y'all have all arrived into the similar same, like no one has done more than what the other has done, that means that somebody got to break the mold. If everyone is like we just, our whole family has kind of just came to the same peak at the same area. If God is calling you to break the mold. It's not going to be familiar, because no one in your family has done it. You're not better than them. You just, because the fact that they brought you as far as they have is a good point. Don't die where they died. Go further. Only you're going to die further. You got to trust God to take you where you never gone before.
Yeah. That's it. That's all I have. I thank y'all for rocking out. Leave a comment. Let us know if this helped you. I pray that it has encouraged you as we have talked about the journey. I've been waiting to have this conversation, and Bishop is out there now. And I pray that someone is blessed by our testimony, that we continue to grow. And if anything else, continue to keep us in your prayers, man, so that we won't miss the moment and join our journey of Lions Den. Watch us. If you're not in church, come on over to YouTube, New Destiny Church. I call it the New Destiny Channel. Come check out our New Destiny Channel every Sunday at 10 a.m. Or join our VIP Lions Den, where we are monthly, every other month. Every other Sunday. We are meeting with the VIP, man, teaching, and they're asking questions, and we give them a whole lot more because they are part of our VIP subscription. Or you can join our free VIP. Or follow me on Facebook, Tonya Harden Ministries, or YouTube. I promise you, he on all of that with me. YouTube, Facebook, all of that, Tonya Harden. Or go to our website, TonyaHarden.com, to find out more about us, man, so that we can continue to grow. Or go to Harden Enterprise Services LLC and go check us out on Harden Enterprise. You can Google us. We're on Google. Come here. You can Google us. and find out more information. So thank you for rocking out. Thank you for being a part of this. I pray that your heart is blessed, and I pray that our testimony has allowed you to get up, move forward, stay focused, and do not quit. Until next time, stay blessed in all that you do. Bye-bye.